ooh, I can make this scary.
It's like dramatized. It's humorous that he makes it creepy. It's not like seriously supposed to be creepy.
He's done like so many different genres throughout his whole channel, and I feel like this is truly like what he's meant to do.
Is this the Shane Dawson? Ah, I love Shane Dawson!
This Shane Dawson series? Is this Shane Dawson? Because I've seen it all.
I know nothing about this person already other than him and his brother are stupid.
What is this? I already don't want to like watch this.
I love Shane Dawson's documentaries. I got a lot to say about this specific one though. I love you, Shane, but I got some feedback.
I've loved Shane's content for however many years he's been on YouTube. I love the series that he does.
This is gonna be a nightmare.
Oh my god.
The mind of Jake Paul. There is no mind. He doesn't have a brain.
What are you worried about the most?
Yikes.
And he's gonna be mad when he finds out what the series is actually about.
As if everyone finds out what this is really about.
Wow. I'm a huge fan. The Jeffree Star one was f***ing sick. Been watching him for like more than half my life.
As of the time we're filming this episode, there have been 3 parts released in what is an 8-part series.
Who's that interested in a couple of stupid white boys?
But we put together some highlights of episode 3 that we're going to show you now.
Ooh, that's the only one I haven't seen so far, so I'm excited.
There was some backlash and people feeling offended and feeling like I was making a horror movie out of an illness.
People are over-exaggerating.
There's always gonna be backlash when you do something controversial.
I 100% understand. I think I got carried away with the whole like, ooh, I can make this scary.
It's like dramatized. It's humorous that he makes it creepy. It's not like seriously supposed to be creepy.
He's trying to overly make it deep or like horror, even though I feel like when he does his stuff naturally, like the Jeffree Star one, that one was like perfect.
Another thing I saw was people saying it's insensitive that you are like trying to diagnose Jake without him knowing.
Of course, people have other occupations and jobs, but for all I know, he's a f***ing YouTuber. What qualifications does he have to give this kind of diagnostic?
He knew the whole time.
Did Shane tell you what it is really about? Yes, he did. He told me before the series.
Today's episode is about his family. It's always been kind of the worst.
I mean, yeah, you don't need an 8-part documentary to tell you that.
All I saw was, you know, breaking the law, telling an animal to kill themselves.
He actually included this.
Telling your friends to beat each other up.
See, that's just so disrespectful.
Security guard.
Oh, God.
Something I haven't done yet is look into Jake's parents.
Okay, but that's interesting.
Getting to know the parents will help me understand the child. Dad is vlogging, and in the background, the dog is barking. The girl's holding it, and then
I'm just gonna say his parents are creepy.
And then Logan grabs a plate and smashes it right in front of the dog.
The poor puppy! No!
And Logan grabs a plate and smashes it right in front of the dog.
Really?
And he's like, be quiet. Like it's like a joke.
Alright, that's a little far. Throwing that plate on the ground.
That looks like a toxic family situation.
I think their parents are so stuck on the idea of fame as well, and it got to the point where they're ruining their family relationship.
What? Oh my god, that title.
Okay, that is a little bit weird. Using your kid for clickbait.
Oh my god, that title.
Okay, I'm sure if you watch the video, she's like, I love both of them equally.
Maybe he's not that bad. Maybe he's like, he just is a byproduct of kind of the people around him. Maybe
That's true.
Sociopaths believe that like the law doesn't apply to them.
Not hurting anyone?
And like the rules don't apply to them.
Okay.
Causing trouble.
Definitely I know that like there was a lot of confusion between sociopath, psychopath, and things like that. So there's a lot of backlash coming from talking about mental health.
Bigger.
Savage.
Savages only.
Y'all throw around that word like it's a thing. It's so stupid.
The Alyssa situation with the ex-girlfriend.
Jake kicking me out. It was both of our faults, really. He shouldn't.
I just can't. I just absolutely cannot with this dude.
And I saw videos of him like spitting on her.
Whoa.
What the heck?
The thing about Logan like hooking up with Jake's ex-girlfriend.
Alyssa had sex with his older brother, Logan.
That's terrible.
That'd be sick if that was planned.
But it happened?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Pause it right there. Pause it right there.
Okay.
Okay, I really, really like this documentary series. I want to point that out first. But also, it's so stupidly dramatic.
It's serious in a way that like Shane is delving into the mind of Jake Paul, but it's still humorous and entertaining, and I feel like overall that's what it's supposed to be.
So hopefully we can showcase more of Shane's work and conspiracy theory videos in a future episode, but today we're going to focus on his multi-part docuseries.
I am obsessed. Every Shane Dawson video, he's just such a wholesome, good YouTuber.
So now we're going to show you a few highlights of some of the other docuseries he's made in the past.
I've seen like the first part of Jeffree Star when Shane Dawson turns into Jeffree Star, but that's it.
Jeffree Star, I loved this one.
He is one of the most controversial YouTubers.
He is controversial.
Do you guys forget Jeffree Star's racist past?
Yeah, he was really racist.
Nate's nudes have been circulating the internet for quite
Holy
some time.
crap.
The amount of scandals he's had and controversy.
I don't know about that, 'cause I never f***ing heard of him.
Is insane. Like, more than anybody else on the internet.
That's true.
He's so pretty.
I love this.
His house is so extra.
Literally, it's Barbie's
Come on, Barbie.
house.
Okay, so I'm a little nervous.
I'm really nervous for a lot of reasons.
Same.
I want to live a day in your life. And I want it to be real.
Yeah, so all the makeup on the ground.
Jeffree Star definitely got a redemption arc. Like, I remember even thinking Jeffree Star is super controversial and I didn't like him based on what I heard. The series changed my mind, though, on
I
that.
think I have the most points at Sephora.
Yeah, every time I'm there, they freak out about.
Dude,
They're
goals.
so excited he's
yeah.
finally there, yeah. That's like me at...
God. God.
Well, anybody that thinks that this is fake, like...
Oh yeah, their relationship.
Because you guys have almost been f***ing all day.
Oh my god.
And we've been like around it, and you've been like, wow, that's cute. So like, yeah, no, it's real.
That was a lot to take in. What was that? What was that?
So I want to do a video where I talk to Dad.
Oh wow. I haven't seen this one. Well, this must have been emotional for him.
I don't even know what to say. Like, where do you start that conversation? Like, oh, hey Dad, why do you think we didn't have a relationship? And want to have one now? Like,
I think it's insane how like raw he's willing to be.
This is sort of what started it, because this was like the first serious sort of docu-series he did where it was personal to him.
I just want to talk to you about some things, and also just kind of understand you.
That's so much maturity and growth as a person.
I looked at my childhood like you were this like quiet, angry guy who didn't like me or didn't understand me or any of that. As I've grown up and talked to Mom, I realized that you were probably just in a bad relationship
Shane.
and weren't in a place.
I just want to like hug him.
I mean, is that kind of accurate?
There's some truth to it.
See, because it is different. It's like seeing things from the kid's perspective and then seeing it as you get older, so that's why you revisit things like this.
I think unfortunately people don't realize what happens between adults does affect the kids.
It really does.
That like breaks my heart a little bit.
Oh my God.
Aww.
It's like I remember it.
Oh, I love this.
I love that it's kind of like a therapy method for him to make YouTube videos, because like at its core, that's what like art is supposed to be.
Oh, baby Shane!
Look how much he's grown.
Oh my gosh. That was beautiful. It's amazing that Shane was able to like actually documented him going back to his dad and asking him all these questions. I feel like it probably helped a lot of people.
What Shane does best in his content, and he's always sort of done this from the beginning, even with some of his humor sketches, he's always sort of had a message to it. He still does it with his videos now, where it's talking about like acceptance and then forgiving your dad even and things like that. Like there's always a relatable reason for why he's doing this.
This one really got to me just because I don't have a good relationship with my dad. I couldn't imagine myself like going up to my dad and be like, hey, like, why did you do this? I admire so much that he did it, because he probably knows that, you know, there are other people who are dealing with the same thing.
So after watching some of Shane's newest videos, what do you think is drawing so many people to his various docuseries where people are watching these videos that are upwards of, 30, 50 minutes sometimes?
Well, personally, I watch the whole 30 to 40 minute. I don't care. It's like a new thing. Nobody like had done it before.
He cares more about the quality of his content rather than, posting on a daily basis because you need to get something out there.
Shane Dawson is probably one of the people that's the most knowledgeable about YouTube culture in the world. And I think he's definitely using that to his advantage of, these are the things I can hit that people want to hear the information about.
Part of it is most definitely the level of realness that he's trying to bring to YouTube that doesn't tend to exist. What you generally see on YouTube is the trending stuff anyways. The super popular content creators that make what are considered the funny skits. Him trying to change that and do something different. I like that because it shows maturity in his character.
Shane himself is such a good host and documentarian that he knows how to do this well. He had just previously done Jeffree Star, and then now he's doing Jake Paul, which everyone sort of universally already hates. And Shane is sort of universally loved, so it's, oh, okay, why are you doing a series on him? Which is why I think there was so much initial backlash.
It must take forever to go through so many Jake Paul videos to get all those little clips and then put them all together in the right spots. So, and you know, he's doing it with like maybe one other person or two other people. And so it's like that, normally it'll take like a big crew to do that and to, you know, make a series. I respect him so much because like you really see all the hard work he's putting in.
Well, overall, the Jake Paul series has been getting an overwhelming amount of support from Shane's fans as well as the YouTube community, but there has been some criticism.
Of course.
Shane's not the type to be like, oh, off, I know what I'm doing. He's like, oh, true guys, and then he addressed it. That's why everyone likes you, Shane.
Some have complained that 3 episodes into the series, he still hasn't talked to Jake Paul yet.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
It's like TV shows. TV shows are not gonna give you the, you know, the climax of the story in just 3 episodes. Like, you have to wait for it.
Others have actually critiqued his editing style and his music choices and, you know, as well as how he approached discussing mental illness.
Yeah.
Shane just really isn't educated about it enough to like know how he should go about it, but I don't think it was like bad.
If you watch Shane Dawson, you have to take what he says lightly, like with a grain of salt, because he always had dark humor. That's just how he is.
But since these criticisms, Shane has listened and has been making changes, and as you saw, he can address those within the video as well as on social media.
That's true.
So hearing all of this, what do you think?
Now that's a good YouTuber. Someone who actually like listens to people's complaints and fixes it.
It's good, but like I wish he would leave it the way he did so that we can really see like how Shane wants to do it.
It's being adjusted to be able to conform with what society wants and what they want to see and like. What society doesn't tend to like is what is truly real, because nobody likes really hearing the truth or being honest, because honesty tends to hurt.
We're giving honest critique, like and it's nothing personal. We're just saying, bro, Shane, like, you know, it's not like that. A main thing people are forgetting is intent of what the person's trying to create. And people are very quick to switch up, because I'm pretty sure 2 weeks ago, everyone was saying, Jake Paul, he's crazy, he's that, whatever. But right when you give it an actual term that relates to mental health, that's, oh, now it's bad.
So going back to the many documentary series that Shane has been making of late, you can make the argument that his series are the most viewed series in the history of maybe the entire internet. With just 3 episodes of this Jake Paul series, there are over 40 million views at the time that we're filming this, and he's gotten hundreds of millions of views across his other series.
That's insane!
Netflix or a TV network would love to have numbers
They
like
would love to have that.
What do you think about Shane Dawson's abilities and the series that he is making?
I think it's so interesting that Shane Dawson is like person consumer. Like, he's not a business. He doesn't have to go through all of these paths and subscriptions and different details and websites. It's just he's a guy making content for a group.
Shane Dawson can literally do anything. He's done like so many different genres throughout his whole channel, and I feel like this is truly like what he's meant to do. He's really good at it, and the fact that so many people are tuning in, I think this could actually be like a really big break for him.
This just shows that he really found something that he's passionate about here, and I think it would be amazing if he got picked up by Netflix or some sort of TV show, but I also love him as like the YouTube baby.
Shane, you're clout king, man, out here making documentaries to everybody else. I think we should make a documentary on Shane. Like, that would be the biggest twist.
So before we end, let's talk about Shane Dawson overall. He is considered to be one of the first YouTubers to rise to fame on the site in a massive way, but his content then was completely different.
It's crazy. I don't know how that happened. I knew that he would be Shanae and he'd like put lipstick on.
The channel he was posting the series on was originally an, quote, iPhone vlog channel.
Didn't know that. I feel like such a fake fan. I had no idea.
What are your thoughts on how Shane has been able to both grow his audience and evolve his content to fully directing long-form documentary series while so many other creators have faltered?
I mean, he's a businessman. That's what you have to do to stay afloat. If you want to keep progressing, you need to find different routes and avenues to get that success.
He didn't grow into YouTube, he just grew as a person. And throughout his change in his life, he portray that into his videos.
Just whatever he's interested in happens to be like what everyone is interested in. Like his conspiracy theories before, I feel like no one really talked about it. Like once he started uploading videos, everyone was talking about conspiracy theories.
So many times you talk to different YouTubers and they would always say like, oh, I started YouTube because of Shane. Or I always really watched Shane's videos growing up or stuff like that. So it was almost like whatever Shane was doing kind of changed the YouTube culture at the time.
He can go with any curveball that's thrown at him because he doesn't just like pick something and then try to just do that one thing for the rest of his channel and the rest of his career. It's whatever's happening, he kind of hops on it and he goes with the trends and he makes it work for himself.
He's just very open to talk about a lot of things that people on the internet are afraid to talk about because we're too afraid of constructive criticism, we're too afraid of like the backlash, but I think on his end, he doesn't care. He would prefer having like content that actually talks about it than just keep it silent.
That's what YouTube is, I feel like, all about is, you know, what's happening right now. If you asked me like years ago when he was doing like his comedy sketches, I would have never guessed that. I would have been like, yeah, no, he's definitely in like a few years gonna do like a document 8-part series, you know, each like more than half an hour, you know, with millions of views every hour. Like I would have never thought that just because it wasn't what he was doing.
So finally, since the docuseries is still airing, will you tune in for the rest?
Yeah, definitely. Everyone's been talking about it and I think it's just gonna grow from here.
Yeah, of course, I absolutely will.
I like Shane Dawson and I like what I saw.
I'm gonna tune in. I really wanna see the interaction between him and Jake.
Probably not. It's real-time YouTube gossip.
Yes. My notification bell is turned on.
Absolutely. I honestly could care less if Jake Paul didn't show up until like the last part.
It always comes out when I'm at work here, so I've been watching it like during my lunch break, and sometimes I don't get to finish my lunch because I'm like, well, food documentary. So, I'm gonna learn about f***ing Jake Paul.
Thanks for watching College Kids React, and shout out to I Am Steven and Baby Emma.
Be sure to subscribe.
Have you been watching The Mind of Jake Paul? Let us know in the comments below.
Thanks for watching, bye.
Hi, JC here, producer at FB. Shane's series on Jake Paul is still releasing new episodes this week and beyond. Make sure to subscribe to his channel. You can click on that right over here. Thanks, guys. Bye.